Hello, this is Bev, Clarko Vision, and here's an update video for you. Now that I've got everything in this week that I was kind of waiting on, I'm going to just get this done. I have about half a dozen vinyl and 2 CDs. So the last few weeks there's been a few drops, pre-orders that have dropped for me, and they've come in, which is good. There's still a few more coming throughout the year. And I've also picked up another couple of 80s classics. Albeit this time they're reissues of the 80s albums, not kind of the original pressings, but whatever, that doesn't always matter. It's always nice to get an original, but sometimes you can't. So we'll get on with that. So I just thought I would jump on here and do this update and have a quick blather about what I've picked up. So first one, I'll do the CDs first. There's just two. First one is a new release, and it's the new one from Russell Allen and Annette Olson. Now Russell Allen did a duo thing with John Land previously, did a bunch of albums with him, and then he teamed up again later with Annette Olson. Now they've done one release together. This is their second one, and it's produced by Magnus Carlsson, who is, I think he's produced the previous ones as well, and Magnus Carlsson's involved in a lot of production stuff. He has his own band as well. I think he's been involved with bands like Primal Fear and all kinds of goodness. So yeah, I was quite looking forward to this one when I learned another one was happening. This is called Army of Dreamers. The artwork's really cool. Sorry about the glare here. I went for the CD. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a vinyl version, but there is. Frontiers have got one. It's a limited edition vinyl. But again, you know, the price of vinyl, and I'm going to have to pick and choose what I want on vinyl versus CD these days a bit more carefully, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford everything I want on vinyl these days, unfortunately. So yeah, this is excellent, high quality melodic metal, very modern, but kind of power metal vibes, but it's not full on power metal. Again, it's just really powerful melodic metal. Very tasteful guitar solos, just excellent singing. Obviously both of these vocalists are pretty high quality, I would say, and it's a very enjoyable album. There's some really good tracks on here. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've only had a couple of listens. Again, I've been kind of busy, so squeezing in music has been tricky, especially with the new releases that have come out recently. So All Alone's a good one. So Quiet Here. I don't know. It's just a really good album through and through. I don't think there's much on it that I disliked from the first couple of listens. So if you're into this kind of thing, highly recommended. Very good stuff. Army of Dreamers, On Frontiers. And as I say, excellent artwork. So the second CD I picked up, this was just a discovery browsing YouTube at some point, and I did I get this when I got I can't remember. I've ordered something on vinyl and this came with it or not. I honestly can't remember, but it doesn't really matter. I came across this band, and again I was quite intrigued by the bits I had heard, so I went and I think I found this on Amazon or something, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter where I found it. I found the CD somewhere, and this is a band called Evil-Lyn. I believe the name of the band is inspired by one of the, I could be wrong, but I'm sure I read somewhere that inspired by one of the evil characters, the evil witch in Masters of the Universe. Can't remember, but that could be the case, and maybe this is Evil-Lyn here, perhaps. So the album title is called Disciples of Steel. Now, this band is from Finland, another band out of Finland, and I believe this was their debut full-length album as well, and it's come out on No Remorse Records, and it was released in 2018, so it's fairly recent, and it's a really good album. This is basically traditional style heavy metal, new wave of traditional heavy metal. One second here. What does it say about them? Yeah, they're stellar dose of traditional heavy metal, it says, basically. That's kind of what their kind of sound is a bit like. So if you're into the traditional stuff, the modern traditional stuff, I guess, check them out. Really good stuff. And this is an 8-track CD, and there it is there, the CD. So yeah, another good find. I had to pick this up when I saw it was being reissued on vinyl. It's the first time it's been on vinyl, so it's an anniversary edition. This is Elven King's debut album. I think this was their first, if I'm correct, this was their first full-length Heathen reel. And as I say, I think it's the 20th anniversary release. Yeah, 2001, so 2021 this was in the works. But the album just came out this year. So this is on AFM Records. AFM do give a few bands some anniversary treatment. They've done it with some of the early Avantasia stuff, and they've done it with Ed Guy, and possibly some others that I can't think of, but this is another band that's getting that treatment just now. So I've never heard this album, but since I'm really quite a fan of Elven King, they're kind of folk metal, atmospheric, folky, power metal kind of stuff. Really good band, very talented. So I wanted to pick this one up. It's a gatefold with the microscope required to read that, obviously. And it is on light green vinyl, this one, which is kind of nice. There was like one or two variations, but I just went for this because it kind of fits in nicely. So it's a kind of a sort of translucent green, and both of the records are the same. I've managed to give this one spin, and basically I really enjoyed what I heard, so I'm going to give this some more spins and get into it. So yeah, another Elven King to add to the collection, so very pleased with that one. Here is one of the 80s albums that I found and decided I wanted. This is from 1986, and it's been reissued, and it's Heir Apparent. Now these guys are from Seattle in the US. They formed in the early 80s, I believe, and I think, let me just check, I've got their Discogs page up. I believe, yeah, this is their first full length. I think they released some kind of, I don't know if it was like a demo tape in 85, and this is their debut full length, which came out originally on Black Dragon Records in 1986. So they're kind of US traditional / power metal. What the hype sticker says is, "This is how power metal should be done. 1986's Grateful Inheritance remastered leaves nothing to be desired." So there you go. So it's kind of like the early US power metal Very good stuff. It's got that 80s kind of vibe about it. And it's released on Hammerheart Records, which is the Dutch label, I believe. I think some of you are aware of this. I think is my first pickup on Hammerheart Records, and it's on silver vinyl. And it's very nicely done, kind of glossy cover, and it also comes with a, does it, I can't, no it's not that one, it must be the other one. So it comes with a printed lyrics and credits sheet there, and also polylined inner, and it's described as being on silver vinyl, which it kind of does look a bit silvery-ish. Silver label as well, so it's all very streamlined. But yeah, and again, this is just classic 80s US metal, power metal, kind of early power metal from the US. Very good stuff, so I was very pleased to land a copy of that. And the other 80s classic, which again I picked up as a reissue, this one just came in yesterday, is a German band, and these guys are called Talon. And this is their debut album. This is called Neutralized. They are from, can't remember, somewhere in Germany, apologies. And this album was released in 1984. Yep, it's their debut album, and it was released in 1984 on a label I've never heard of, Bacillus Records, who are now owned by Bellaphone Records. I think they're the parent company nowadays. I think it's they're out of Germany, the label, anyway. So this was, as I say, originally released in 1984. Never heard of the band back in the day. But again, I recently discovered them and liked what I heard. Again, this is just traditional 80s German heavy metal. And it's really good stuff. Some of the guitars on here are just so cool. They just got that 80s sound about them. So, as I say, reissue, Neutralized. Don't know much about the band at all, but I just know that I like this. It comes on again a printed inner sleeve this time. I'm guessing this might be replicated of the original. I don't know. I don't have an original pressing, but it's got the lyrics, etc. on here, and this was just on black vinyl. This is a 2014 reissue, so I managed to find a copy on Amazon, believe it or not, and so I'm guessing it's been sealed since 2014, but the record's in pretty good condition. There's like a couple of surface scuffs, and I think it must just be from it being in that inner sleeve, which is not poly-lined, but it's fine, it plays good, so I'm very happy about that. I have since put a poly liner inside. And again, as I say, more just classic, traditional 80s heavy metal. This time out of Germany. With this reissue, you'll also get a digital download code with that one. So yes, another band definitely worth checking out from the 80s. Talon from Germany. So there we have it. Another album which had been thinking about for a while, but it's my favourite album from this artist, and I have it on CD, and I kind of thought I'd like to get that on record, so I decided to pull the trigger on a copy of Hey Stupid from Alice Cooper. This is my favourite album of his. I like this and Trash. That was kind of the era that I really became aware fully. I mean, I knew Alice Cooper had been around for ages, you know, he'd been around in the 70s and all that kind of stuff. but in the late 80s, these albums kind of brought them to the fore, and when I first kind of discovered them, if you like, and Trash, as I say, and this one are the two Alice Cooper albums, like, and this one just being my favourite of the two as well. So this is a music on vinyl reissue. This doesn't have any limited edition things on it or anything, so I don't know how many pressings were made. But as you know, with music on vinyl, you get high quality. Not actually had a chance to put this one on the turntable yet, but I've had a look at it, and of course it comes on its, has its inner sheet with lyrics and credits, of course. And again, this is just black vinyl as well. And of course it was on Epic Records back in the day, so there is your Epic right there. So yes, very happy to have this one on vinyl as well. So that's, I'll just put that one there too. So the last two are both back to two more brand new releases that just dropped in the last couple of weeks. This one, I didn't pre-order this because I don't know why I didn't. I thought I was just quite content to wait till it came out for some reason. Maybe I think it was the prices or whatever. I don't really know why, but I didn't pre-order it. However, I listened to some of the tracks that were up on YouTube, and I went and ordered it the day after release. So here it is, just Blind Guardian's brand new The God Machine. I think as well, I wasn't overly excited about the artwork. A lot of people, I think, have said it's great artwork, and yeah, it is great artwork, but to me it's not as flamboyant and interesting as their previous works. You know, the detail on some of those album covers, but you know, that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because you're not buying it you're not buying it for the album cover. However, that has been known to happen, but primarily I was buying this for the music, obviously. So here we get, and of course it's kind of cool when you see it in the gatefold there, the full image. This is a great album. I've listened to this one. Let me just get this out. I have listened to this one a couple of times already, and I really enjoy this. This is a good Blind Guardian record. Very good stuff. You get this nice, thick, I think it's like a 24-page book, similar to what you got with the new Ghost. They included a 24-page book as well, which is absolutely full of cool artwork and obviously lyrics, etc. There is a picture of the band in here somewhere, probably in the centre pages if I can find them. Let me just see. There we go. Here's the band there. Interesting photo. But yeah, so you've got all the lyrics and stuff, and you've got the credits at the back here as well. So it's absolutely brilliant album. This is going to be one of the top ones of the year for me, I would say. I just went for the black vinyl version. Each of the labels is kind of a custom label. They're all different. But yeah, this is very good stuff. Definitely a good one. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Life Beyond the Spheres is a really good one. Architects of Doom, just pretty good all round album actually. Yeah. And side D you get alternative mixes, so the album's really a three-sided album with alternative versions of 3 of the tracks on side D, so it's really a 1, 2, 3. It's like a 9-track album because there's 3 tracks on each side. But yes, definitely a good one from Blind Guardian, I would say. So worth checking out, people. One of Germany's finest. And the last one just dropped on Friday. I had pre-ordered this one and I got the dispatch notice on Thursday, so it didn't arrive till Saturday morning, but whatever. That is the Hype sticker. So there you go. Flagship of symphonic metal at the pulse of time. And it is another great cover art. The new one from Finland giants Stratovarius. And this is their album Survive. Really cool cover art there. And that's the back cover as well. And again, this is another excellent album. I think this is a really good one from Stratovarius. As you can see, we have another sort of apocalyptic kind of scene. So yeah, I was listening to this one last night, and I think it's a really good album. And I think this is one of these albums you put it on and I think it gets better as it goes on. Side C and side D I really enjoyed. Again, it's a double album. And this one is on Ear Music. And Ear Music tend to do this style. We get inner sleeves with images and printed lyrics on the sleeves. So there is sides A and B, and it's on this blue Krakow, whatever the heck you call that blue. It's very kind of soft sky blue, and it's actually very clear vinyl as well. So it kind of looks really kind of interesting when you have it on the turntable. Problem is it's very hard to see how much static and dust is on it, that's the only thing, but it's a lovely looking piece of vinyl. And again, just like Blind Guardian, you've got 4 custom labels. And I'll just put that one down there at the moment while I sort them. Just briefly show you the other one as well. So there's the second half of the lyrics. This is like the top half of kind of this picture, but at night time. See the skull, the top of the skull there, and the weed, and you've got the moonlight kind of thing here. And then if you turn it up that way on the reverse, you have the bottom half where you've got all this kind of junk that the skull's lying on. So yeah, lyrics, and on this side you've got the credits, etc. And again, more custom labels with images. Side D is a bit of a darker image, but yeah, again, this is fantastic. So, you know, Stratovarius Symphonic. From what I've heard of their more recent stuff, obviously I don't have everything of Stratovarius. I've got Destiny, Infinite, I've got Visions of Europe Live, I've got Visions as well now, thanks to Mr. Finglish, and I had their album before this one, which wasn't one of my favourites. It wasn't as good, but this one is good. Again, I don't think it's as good as the ones I just mentioned, the likes of Destiny and Infinite, but it is very good, and it's kind of, I think it's themed on basically the destruction of the world and the future and survival and the, I don't know, apocalyptic future of whatever they may imagine it's going to be like, but you know, whatever. There's quite a few bands that have kind of touched on that sort of theme recently as well. But so yeah, absolutely worth checking out for sure. The new Stratovarius Survive on Ear Music, and the new Blind Guardian. Two excellent releases from this year. And also the Alan Olsen. That's another good album. Very nice listen for the new releases. And that is my update for now, guys. So I hope you've had a nice weekend, and I shall catch up with you all in another video. So take care of the now, and I'll see you later. Bye just now.